Last time on The Build. We went straight from the final prep with the block and put it right in the honing machine. Why did we do that?
Okay, this block was already bored 30 over, as we've already checked it.
Okay.
We're going to bore up 10 thousandths. So we're only going to take 5 thousandths per side of that as your 10 thousandths.
Okay.
So if it was, you know, a standard block and we were going 30 thousandths, then we would need to take 15 out of each side. That's a lot of honing.
Okay.
So to get more metal removal at the time, we bore it first.
Because we're only going from 30 to 40.
Correct.
Okay.
And we can do that with the hone.
Okay.
Make sure you're good and square in the machine, because we're going to be rocking it back and forth and on each deck.
Yeah.
If you're off center, then that would change the depth of your hone.
Okay. All
We
right.
don't want to have to be rechanging that every time we flip it.
Okay, so what's up first? What are we doing?
Next thing we're going to do is a little more block prep. We're going to take this hone right here and we're going to go up and down all them lifters.
Okay.
Similar to honing the cylinders.
Okay.
This is a ball hone.
Okay.
And see, it does put a crosshatch in it also.
Cleans it right up, doesn't it?
Yeah, plus it'll put a little bit of oil retention in there around your lifter.
Okay.
Because it's got a place for the oil to hold. Next thing we're going to do is take a tap. We're going to run all the head bolt holes.
Okay. Make sure there's no burrs or anything like that.
Correct. We're going to put torque plates on it next. We want to make sure we get a good thread engagement
Okay.
and the torque's correct.
Worst case scenario, what would happen if you came across one where the threads are messed up?
Yes, we found a few of them, and we can helicoil it, or we can put a steel insert in it and save it.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as it's not
That doesn't
cracked
mean
across
that-
the deck or anything of that nature.
So it doesn't mean the block is junk, it can be repaired.
Correct.
Okay. All right, now that we cleaned out the threads, what's up next?
Yep. Next thing we do, we go over top of the deck and clean it up, just with the sandpaper boards that we use here.
Okay.
You see, it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, once we sand it down, it really cleans the surface up. Brings back some of the machining marks on it.
Okay.
And as I was saying before, it helps to hold the head gasket actually.
Gotcha.
Little machine marks, they'll actually bite into the head gasket as you torque it down.
It holds it in place.
Right. Yeah, that's one thing we see a lot on deck surfaces that come in that are damaged. You know, people are taking the Scotch-Brite pads
Yeah.
and they're cleaning it up. They're thinking they're cleaning it.
Yeah.
They're distorting it.
Oh.
We do a lot of machining just because mechanics and other people really don't know. They think it's looking good.
Yes.
They're actually changing the surface.
Okay.
And then we check them, and there'll be thousandths out here and there.
Oh.
So then it has to
So
hit
they're
the
going to
build
blow a
stick.
head gasket as soon as they fire it up.
Yeah, your best way to clean them at home, really,
Yeah.
is a razor blade. Just take a razor blade and scrape it clean,
Yeah.
and take some brake cleaner and clean it off.
And let it go.
It's an older block, and I'm sure it's been worked on a few times. But
Yeah.
you can still make out a little bit of the machine marks in it. If you look, you see a texture left.
Yeah.
The hone cylinders here, you put these torque plates on, and what these do, they replicate the head being bolted on it
Okay.
when it's a running engine.
All right.
So when we bolt these on and torque them to spec, it'll actually distort the cylinder somewhat,
Okay.
and that's what we want to have, a cylinder that's straight when it's assembled.
Right. It doesn't matter otherwise.
Right. If we did it without them, and we put it to work we thought was spec, and you bolt the head on it,
It'd be off.
it'll be tight here and loose there because it actually distorts the cylinders. Take the torque wrench here, and I got it set at 80 foot-pounds. That's what this head would bolt down once you're putting assembly on it. And we'll torque them all to spec. We're ready to start honing.
All right.
The first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with our 150 grits. We're going to put these in our holder here. First thing we do, we check, set our stops. We're a little bit low there. We want to crash into our main caps. If it goes too far, it crashes and it hits my stones and breaks them.
Okay.
I've preset this to the bore that we're going to go to.
Okay.
So what we're going to try to do is go down, take it down to the 0 mark on our bore gauge.
Okay.
Okay. Initially, we're that tight. What we're going to do, we're going to go all the way around. See what we were checking. And we'll start with our 150 grit. We usually take it down to about 3 thousandths.
Okay.
And then we take the 220 grit and we go down to 1 thousandths. And then we take the last thousandths out with the 280 grit.
Okay.
And I got a foot pedal I'm hitting to make my head go up and down. Still a little bit tight at that bottom. I'll make it dwell on the bottom a little more.
I'm taking out more on the bottom right now.
I'm sleeping. Pretty good.
Some scratches we're going to try to get out of it, which will come out the next size that we're going. Down here at the bottom of the cylinder, you can see where the hones hadn't hardly touched it yet. That's because that's a larger size down there. That hone is hitting the tighter
sides.
spots of the cylinder, and the larger part of the cylinder is not getting to it yet.
Okay.
That's how much taper and all we got in that.
So you had,
cylinder.
yeah, because we had the tapering as well as
Correct.
the.
By the time we get done, that whole cylinder is going to be clean from top to bottom.
Gotcha.
And we want it to be perfectly round. That's what we're trying to do.